Hello all, a warm welcome to all of you in Chess with Gaurav Bakliwal Season 2 Session 6. I am Aradhya Sharma from Singapore. It is a privilege and an honor to be today's volunteer. Let me tell you about the game. This game was played in USA between Donald Bryan and Bobby Fischer in 1956. This game is called by the experts the game of the century. After this, Gaurav sir will show us a move called the move of the century played by Marshall in 1912. Now, without any further ado, I would like to invite Gaurav sir to take the session forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aradhya. And it was such a nice introduction. And let me tell you, I'm very feeling happy that people from Singapore and US and all other places are joining us and becoming the volunteers. The future of the chess and the connectivity, the Indian global chess game, it's remaining intact. And of course, good evening to audience. Good evening, my dear friends. It's my pleasure to take this session. And today is our session number 6. And let me tell you that it is an amazing, amazing session. You guys will love very, very much. And today's game, as Aradhya told, is actually called as the game of the century, by the chess experts, by chess experts. And this is played by none other than Bobby Fischer, who we just celebrated his birthday 3-4 days back on 9th of March. And this is an amazing, amazing game. Bobby Fischer was a chess prodigy, and this game was played in 1956 when he was only 13 years old. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? So Bobby Fischer made his presence felt to the entire world that look, here I am coming. And everyone understood that here is a prodigy in the making and here is a world champion in the making. And Bobby Fischer, he actually became world champion, although experts were predicting that he would become sooner than later. So in 1956, this game was played, and this is game of the century. As I told you, this is referred as game of the century. And Bobby Fischer became world champion in 1972, which was 1971-72, which was 15 years after this game. Now, during his world championship title matches, he defeated Taimano 6-0, who was considered to be a very strong player. He defeated Bent Larson 6-0, who was also considered to be a very strong player. And finally, he defeated Spassky, in the finals of World Chess Championship 1971-72. Now, the game with Spassky was, the entire world was looking as a great rivalry, because that time it was a rivalry between US and USSR as well. Fischer was, of course, from USA. And Fischer, he did not participate in the 1975 World Championship because of his personal psychological reasons. He always had all these kind of problems with the management, the administrators, and everything. So he did not participate. Can you believe? He just let go of the World Chess Championship, and after becoming world champion in 1972, he did not participate in the next cycle in 1975, which was against Anatoly Karpov. And the world was waiting for their match, but he forfeited that. And FIDE gave the title to Anatoly Karpov in 1975. So Fischer, I can talk about him a lot, but let's probably start the game as well. And I'm sure in the middle of the game we can speak about him, as much as we can. So, my dear friends, this game, as I am telling you, is also referred as game of the century, and I promise you will enjoy very, very much. It is Donald Byrne who was in turn, and Bobby Fischer is in black. Donald Byrne is in white. Okay, so let's start the game. C4, knight f6, knight to f3, g6, knight c3, bishop to g7, d4, and castle. So now the game can transpose to King's Indian defense if white plays here the move e4, King's Indian defense. So e4, d6, I can tell you some moves of King's Indian after bishop e2, e5, castle, knight a6, bishop to g5, h6, bishop e3 is almost equal position, and it's a very popular defense called King's Indian defense. Now in this game, Bayern played bishop to f4, which is okay, not bad, but somehow, as Bayern himself later said, he underestimated his 13-year-old boy, and which everyone actually does in tournament play. He's just 13 years, Bobby Fischer. Although he went on to do many things later, but when he is in the process, it is hard to believe that something like this can happen. Okay, so in the meantime, audience is very, very good today. Aradhya is, of course, looking very handsome, and he is from Singapore. He is the volunteer for today. And what a nice background he has done of chess. Big, and so many pieces are there which are looking very amazing and larger than life kind of imagery. And of course, in audience, we have got various people. I can see Shreya, I can see Rimjim, Dhruv is there. Hi, 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 my dear friends. Hi, all of you. Saket, I can see. Wow, nice people. So bishop to f4 and d5 was played by black here. Ojal has joined us from Canada. Hello, Ojal. Good evening. Of course, good morning to you. So d5 was played here. Queen to b3, and now pawn into pawn was played by black, Bobby Fischer. D into c4. So queen c4, c6, e4, and now there are so many ideas. You can play queen to a5, which is one of the ideas in this opening, and after b4, queen to d8, a4, and bishop e6. White has a slight better game, but this is one of the line. So coming back, one more idea can be b5 here. This is also one of the ideas. Now Fischer played a move knight bd7, which is not very accurate, and white must continue with the bishop e2 development plan. He must continue with knight after knight to d7. He must play bishop e2 castle. So after knight b6, queen to b3, knight h5, bishop e3, bishop e6, queen to d1. It is almost equal game with, you can say, slight better for white. But coming back, as I told you, my dear friends, Fischer was not Bobby Fischer at this point in time. He was a 13-year-old boy. And white did not find it necessary to develop the piece and castle. And he's like, okay, let me play rook d1. If not now, if not against this 13-year-old boy, then against whom? So he played rook to d1 here, which is not accurate move, of course. And after knight b6, attacking the queen, queen to c5. And now Fischer made a very good move, bishop g4. Very nice. Bishop g4. So Tanishi is also here. Tanishi is writing, I remember this game. Okay, well done. Now in this position, bishop e2 is a must move here. It is must. You have to develop your pieces. You have to castle. And although in this position, after knight to d7, queen to a3, bishop into e5, we can try. Pawn into e8 is a very nice idea. And after again bishop e2, knight e5, let me tell you, black is having a good game here. There is no problem whatsoever. This bishop diagonal is very, very nice, and there is no apparent weakness on the black side. But of course, white has two bishops, so it's a very double-edged kind of position. Black is having no problem in this position. So coming back, bishop e2 is a must move here, and you should develop your pieces first. You should castle before making any further plan. So now the first mistake of the game occurred. Bishop to g5 was played by white, Mr. Byrne, and it is a serious bad move. And the beginners all out here who are, very my chess students as well, beginners as well, you must understand, please don't play the same piece again and again, please. And this is a very, very nice punishment for not following this simple opening philosophy. Bishop to g5 is a first mistake of the game. Moving the same piece twice. Don't do it. And especially when you have not moved your other pieces, you have not made the king safe, and so on. Now comes the first amazing move, because of which the game is called as the game of the century by experts. Oh my God, can you believe the moves played by Bobby Fischer in this game? Can you believe? So the first amazing move coming your way. But before that, let's have a simple poll. What amazing move did Black play? Can you please participate in the poll? What amazing move did Black play? The options are h6, bishop into f3, knight a4, or is it D, knight into e4? Please participate. Is it h6, bishop into f3, knight a4, or is it D, knight into e4? Okay, so as of now, 75% people are going with knight into e4. Okay. What amazing move did Black play? This is the first amazing move played by Bobby Fischer in this game. Okay, let's see the results. 67% of the audience is knight into e4 and 17% are h6 and knight a4. Okay. And now let's see the move which is played by Fischer. He could have gone for bishop f3, but in that case, g into f3, rook e8, h4, knight h5, knight e2, knight to d7, and queen a3. It is almost equal, I will still say, although I would prefer playing black here, but still. So coming back to the game, the first amazing move, the first awesome move is knight to e4, attacking the queen, sacrificing the piece. You can capture knight into knight if you want. You can capture here. Knight to a4. Now let's look at this move. Oh my God. What happens if you capture here? Why is he giving a piece, my dear friends? Audience, can you write in the chat? What happens? Knight into knight. What is the move now? The move is knight. Yes, well done. Yes, yes. Please answer. Yes, of course. The move is knight into pawn in the center, attacking the queen, attacking this knight, and indirectly attacking the bishop, and also trying to play queen a5 check, opening the attack on bishop as well as the knight. Oh my Jesus Christ. So many ideas. Knight into e4. So let's look at some variations. If you play queen into e7 here, the game might continue to a5 check, b4, queen into a4, piece equal. Queen into knight, don't you dare play this. Rook e8, pinning the queen in the center. You have kept your king in the center. Bishop to e7, bishop into f3, and bishop f8. You must resign now. White must resign in this position. So coming back to next variation, well, you can try bishop into e7, but then knight into queen, bishop into queen, knight into knight, piece is again equal. Bishop to g5, bishop to f3, and knight into b2. If you can count the number of pawns, you will find that two of your pawns are missing with the king in the center and the rook under attack. I mean, you don't need a second invitation to go back home and take a good shower for the day. It's all over. So now you can try third move as queen c1. All the analysis is given by Bobby Fischer himself. So the game might continue queen a5, knight c3, bishop f3, f3, knight into g5. Pawn up, piece equal, king in the center, d4 weak, f3, f2, h2 weak. It's all over. And the last variation can be queen b4. In that case, simple knight into bishop and bishop into rook and bishop into d4. So although you are still having two pieces for the rook, but my dear friends, with this position and pawns under attack, discovered check, it's all over actually. So you might play queen d2 and bishop f2 can happen in that case. Simple, easy win for black. Three pawns are extra. So coming back to the game now, knight a4. And this is a first instance when Byrne started to take this boy seriously, as he himself wrote after this move. And he thought for some 35 minutes. And then he tried to play his best game. But then he realized that he has been taken in for a big ride today. And bishop g5 is a big mistake. So now he played the move queen a3. So after knight into, pawn into, and now, my dear friends, what do you think is a good move in this position? Can you please write in chat? Aradhya, what do you think? Knight into knight, pawn into, now how should black proceed? You can speak up if you want, Aradhya. Can we capture this pawn, my dear friends?
I'm still thinking.
Yes, Tanishi is saying yes. Shreya is telling me no. Yes, we can. Aradhya is saying yes. So knight into pawn was played by Fisher here. And he is giving this pawn, bishop e7 attacking the queen as well as the rook. Knight into pawn. So he says that if you capture here, which you have to, the e file will also get opened up. So after knight into bishop into e7, queen to b6 was played by black. He is simply offering the exchange. He is saying you want to capture, capture it. And of course, Donald Byrne did not capture it. And now he is playing his moves in a serious fashion. But my dear friends, it's too late for the talent of Bobby Fischer. So what happens if he captures? Let's see the analysis. If you capture the rook, I will capture your bishop with the bishop attacking the queen. And after queen b3, the Bhagwan move is knight into c3. It is a Bhagwan chal, knight into pawn. If you capture queen into knight, well, the bishop will come to b4 and it will pin your queen. So after queen into queen, which is virtually forced here, pawn into, I am trying to attack your rook. A2 pawn is under attack. So rook to a1, rook e8 check. My God, you can't play bishop e2 as well. Look at the position, my dear friend. King to d2, knight to e4 check, and knight into f2. Bishop f5 check. It is very bad position just for one exchange. Your no piece are moving and I am already two pawns up with a clear attack. So this could have happened. This could have happened had you played the move bishop into rook here. But now Mr. Byrne is making the moves very seriously and bishop to c4 was played by him. Bishop c4. And audience, your turn has come again. Well, can you please tell what is the best move of black which was played in the game? This is a game of the century. There is not one but many amazing moves played by Bobby Fischer. A, rook f8, B, knight into c3. Is it rook a e8 or is it queen c7? What do you think is the Bhagwan Chal in this position? Knight into c3, rook a e8. Okay, these are the options which has been marked so far. Come on, guys, please participate. And you
Sir, according to my calculations, I think it's rook a e8.
rook a e8, you think it is? Okay, rook a e8 is what Aradhya thinks as well. Okay. Come on, guys. Audience, you have to participate and you have to keep writing in chat if at all you are having any doubts or any concern, or if you are enjoying or not enjoying. Please write in the chat. So we are meeting after a week. Maybe that's the reason few people have forgotten. And we are having less audience today, but very enthusiastic audience, undoubtedly. So let's see the results. Well, 29% are saying rook f8, 29 for knight into c3, and 43 for rook a e8. Okay. And now let's see the correct move here. Knight into c3 is the correct move. Knight into c3. That is the absolutely correct move. The idea is to, number one, attack the rook. Number two, the idea is to stop white from doing castling now. I want to stop white in doing castling. I don't want him to castle now. And if you capture here queen, if you capture here by queen into knight, then rook f8 will come in. Rook f8. If you capture. And second point, if you play bishop f8 here, then the easiest move is bishop into bishop. And still bishop b4 is a big threat. And therefore, knight into c3 is one of the very, very good, very nice moves here. Now see, bishop c5 was played by white here, which is a very good move, very nice move. He wants to attack the queen, and when black will save the queen, he will then capture queen into knight, is his idea. So now Byrne is international master and very strong IM. He has started to play good moves, bishop to c5. But Bobby Fischer had different plans, and if he did not play some outstanding, amazing moves, let me tell you, this would not have been rated as the game of the century. So Fischer calculated for 43 minutes in this position, and he played a simple move, rook e8 check. Very simple move, check. And after king to f1, it is Fischer's move. And here comes one more poll for you. Well, what is the most spectacular move played by Bobby Fischer here, because of which this game is called as the game of the century? Can you find? Queen c7, knight b5, knight to b1, or is it any other something more amazing? Queen c7, knight b5, knight b1, or is it any other something more amazing? Fischer's game of the century, and this is the moment, guys. This is the moment because of which this game is actually called as the game of the century by a 13-year-old boy, Bobby Fischer. So the more I am speaking about it, the more people are going for any other something more amazing. उनको लग रहा है यार जरूर ऐसा है गेम ऑफ द सेंचुरी है तो कुछ तो है यार तगड़ा ही होगा क्वीन C7 नाइट B5 नाइट B1 तो हमें ही दिख रहा है तो ऐसे लोग बाग दे आर go more people are going towards any other. Okay, let's see the results. 60% are saying any other something more amazing and 40% for knight B1. Okay, let's see, my dear friends. Now, before we see the move, let's see what happens on knight to B5. Knight B5, to be honest, is a bad move actually. And this is what was thought by Byrne. What if he plays knight B5? The idea is if you capture queen, I will capture your queen. That is the idea. And then the knight will attack the bishop, the pawn will attack the bishop. No problem. But Mr. Byrne had prepared a very nice idea. Bishop into pawn check. Wow. And suddenly white is attacking. After king into bishop, queen check, bishop E6, because else he will simply capture your queen. He has saved his queen by giving a check. Swiss Chen Zug. So you have to play bishop E6 so that you can attack the queen. And after knight G5 check, king to G8, knight into bishop. And now bishop is still attacking the queen and white has saved his queen with a potential of discover check as well. So after knight into D4, attacking the queen as well as the knight, knight into D4 check, discover, queen into and knight into. It is a clear plus position for white. Clear plus. With only one pawn up black, white is a piece up and he can simply play G3, king G2 and get the rook connected. It's a simple piece up for white. So that is why, my dear friends, coming to this position, knight B5 is not a good move actually. If you play knight B1, it looks a good move, but white has got an amazing reply, queen C1. Wow, attacking the knight, attacking the queen. White wins. White wins. So coming back, queen C7 is a very bad move. Had it be this move here, this game is definitely not the game of century. You are defending. And after queen into C3, it is again winning for white. Piece up. No compensation. Nothing doing. Oh, then what is the move? What is the move then? What move did black play in this position? Queen is under attack. Audience, can you write the move if at all anyone can write if you have seen this game earlier? Sharvi is saying any other which is more spectacular. Can you write that more spectacular move? What do you think is the move? Can you believe? Can you believe the move? It is of course there in this chessboard only. I am not Rajnikant, which I will get something from any other place. Queen B1 is written by one of my students. Queen B1 is not a good idea. He will simply capture here. No, 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 no. Queen into C5. No, 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 of course not. Not a good idea. He will capture maybe by pawn or maybe by queen. Any of them. No problem. Okay, my dear friends, dil tham ke baithiye. And the move played by Fischer here, which made him Bobby Fischer, which made this game game of the century, is bishop to E6. And Donald Byrne got the shock of his life when he seen this move. Bishop E6. Can you believe this move played by Fischer, 13-year-old boy? And now Byrne calculated in his mind and he realized that he is lost. It's a complete lost position. He realized it. So what happens if you capture bishop into bishop? What happens? And now queen to b5 check. Well, king g1, knight e2, king f1, knight g3, king g1. And now comes the spectacular smooth third mate idea, queen f1, with the support of knight. And knight e2, can you believe this checkmate, which is there in the mind of the 13-year-old boy? Can you believe? Amazing. So now, after bishop e6, you can't capture bishop into bishop, point number one. Okay, what happens if you capture queen into knight? What happens? Now, one more spectacular move is queen into bishop c5. My God. My God. If you capture here, which you have to, and then simple bishop into queen, it's all over. Finish. Look at the number of pawn. Look at your king. It's all over. So coming back to bishop e6, you can't capture bishop into bishop. You can't capture queen into knight. What else? What if you play bishop d3? Knight b5 is the move of resigning, wherein I have saved my piece and I am now attacking your queen as well if you capture my queen. So it is almost pawn up, simple pawn up with king in the center. No compensation. So what else then? What about knight d2? Supporting the bishop and still trying to attack the queen. Now knight d2, these all analysis is given by Fisher himself. Knight d2, Fisher said, the move I prepared was knight b1. My God. The idea is to attack the queen. The idea is to deflect the knight so that the bishop can capture the bishop c4 with a check. And if you play rook into b1 here, queen into b1 check, knight into bishop into c4, king to g1, and here comes the back rank, my dear friends. Aradhya, what is the back rank mate here? Can you speak up?
Rook
Yes,
d8. Rook
yes.
d1.
Look even. Well done, audience as well. Shreya, Tanishi, Sharvi, well done. So many people have answered. Rimjim. Well done. So can you believe, my dear friends, the moves which are thought by Bobby Fischer in this position? If you play queen to b3, then he prepared knight into knight check, rook into bishop into bishop check, queen into, and now comes queen b1. My God, it's all over. Finish.
Checkmate.
Yes, you can play 1-2 moves, queen c1 and rook d1. Time pass. Okay, so let's come back. Now, what happened actually? So, king f1 was played here. And after bishop to e6, it is white to play. This is the move which made this game of the century. Donald Byrne again thought here for some 37-8 minutes, and he realized he's lost completely. And he took up the challenge of taking the queen, which is actually the only move in the position. And now bishop into bishop check, king g1, knight check. So he could have captured the rook as well, but then the bishop would have saved. So he said, no, let me give a discover 2-3. Knight check, king f1, again check. There is a concept called windmill concept. Check, discovered check, check, discovered check. And in the meantime, we are trying to improve the position or eat the material. So what has he done by these two check? He has captured d4 pawn. He has captured d4 pawn. And after king to g1, again knight e2, king f1, and now again knight c3. So the idea is now the knight is supported by the bishop. There is no problem of queen into knight. And now he simply captured pawn into bishop. Look at the prodigy of 13-year-old boy Bobby Fischer. Now the rook is attacking the queen. The knight is attacking the rook. So rook will fall for sure. And you can't capture my knight because it is protected by my bishop on g7. Wow. Can you believe, my dear friends? Are you enjoying or not? The dear audience. Maza aa raha hai ki nahi? Yes, Aradhya.
Of course.
Of course. Wow. Well done. So in this position, yes, Ilakshi is also here. Saket, everyone is saying yes, sir. Very good, very nice audience. So now Queen to B4 was played here. So he said that okay, fine. If he captures my rook, I will capture his bishop. At least I will get something. But Bobby is Bobby, and he played the move here, rook A4, attacking the queen, X-ray attack on the bishop, supporting the bishop. So after queen to B6, he captured the rook as well, free of cost. So look at the number of pieces. Oh my, look at the number of pieces. How many pieces he has for the queen. So I was going through some YouTube videos of grandmasters who have analyzed this game. And one of the grandmaster, Yasir Irafat, Yasir, what is his surname? I forgot. He said that Fisher gave the queen and took some 11 pieces for this. There were 11 pieces against the queen. So just a kind of, making some exaggeration thing. So knight into d1. And now I will show you the game, which is a formality. Bishop to d5, centralizing it. Get h5, getting the king in the, trying to get the open position for king as well. King g7 is a very important move because I want to free the bishop with the pin, and now I want to play bishop d6 with the support of knight and this diagonal. My God. So now see how the mate happens. Check, 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 check. Oh my. The queen is just watching from far. As it is, she cannot do anything. But she's like, no, no, no. I'll just keep watching. You have been very rude to me all life. Let me watch your demise. My God. And now rook c2 final is a checkmate position. The 13-year-old boy defeated the strong international master Donald Byrne in 41 moves and created a sensation in the world. This is 1956 in New York in a round robin double tournament, which was an invitation kind of tournament where Fischer was invited because he became world US junior national champion. And so he was invited to play this tournament. And this is what he did in this particular game. The entire world was taken for a shock, and they were aware that we have a prodigy at hand who will certainly become world champion, which he did, although he took more years than probably what experts foresee. I hope, guys, you like the game. Audience, did you enjoy or not?
Not, sir.
Amazing, awesome, well done. Okay, so now let's go to the today's amazing move. And this I have shown in almost all my batches. I'm sure most of you will recollect it, but it would have been injustice if I did not put it here as the move of the day contest or move of the day series. Now this move is played by Mr. Marshall, and this game is 1912 Levitsky versus Marshall. The move played by Marshall, which is black, is actually called as move of the century by various experts. Move of the century. Can you believe this move now? So white rook is attacking the queen as well as this pawn is attacking this rook. So many things. But it is black to play. Let me tell you a little bit about Marshall. He was a very strong chess player, not to become the world champion or not to become the world title holder. And he was a US champion from 1909 to 1936, 27 years. And he was a very attacking player. अगर आप थोड़ा बहुत खेलते हो, ओपनिंग में ध्यान रखते हो तो गाइस रॉयल ऑपेज में मार्शल अटैक करके होता है ब्लैक से c3 d5 पॉन पिटा लेते हैं, बिशप d6 h2 पे अटैक आता है एंड सो ऑन, मार्शल अटैक. So there are a lot of variations which are there, which are martial opening, martial attack, and he was a very attacking player. Now, one more thing which I liked about Marshall very much when I was going through his biography, he had an amazing memory as well. बहुत जबरदस्त memory थी इनकी. So he went to Canada to promote chess in 1922, and he played simultaneous. आपको ध्यान से सुनना पड़ेगा. He played simultaneous game to promote chess with 155 people at a time. 155 people. मैं अभी जयपुर गया था 2-3 साल पहले और साइमल खेला था मैंने. 30 लोगों से खेला था, which is also a very big thing. एक बार 22 थे, एक बार 32 थे, 2017, 18, 19 and so on. He played with 155 people, 155 साइमल, and out of them he won 126 games. 126 गेम जीते ही है मार्शल. पहली बात तो ये. Tanishi is writing, I can't play one properly. Okay, अब देखिए इनकी मेमोरी की बात. After a week, he came back to New York, and will you believe me when I say, you can refer Wikipedia, will you believe me when I say he was able to recollect and remember exactly 154 games out of the 155 games that he played as a simultaneous. Can you believe the memory power of Mr. Marshall? Can you believe? साइमल का गेम उनको एक हफ्ते बाद 154 गेम याद रह गए, एग्जैक्ट याद रह गए आउट ऑफ 155. अपन को टूर्नामेंट में हम खेल के आते हैं, शाम को कोई बोलता है गेम दिखा, तो हमें आधा साधा याद होता है, यार अरे ऐसा कुछ हुआ था, फिर ऐसा कुछ हो गया, फिर है ना ये हो गया, फिर ये हो गया, फिर ऐसा कुछ चाल आ गई, फिर मैंने अचानक ये खेला. भाई साहब को 7 दिन बाद साइमल खेले हुए 154 आउट ऑफ 155 गेम याद रह गए मिस्टर मार्शल. कैन यू बिलीव? तो व्हाट एन अमेजिंग मेमोरी पावर ही है. द सेकंड पॉइंट अबाउट मार्शल आई वुड लाइक टू टेल इज दैट इनके कोड्स बहुत तगड़े हुआ करते थे. ही वाज अ वेरी ह्यूमरस पर्सन एज वेल. वो जनरली मैंने देखा है जो भी अटैकिंग प्लेयर होता है वो बहुत ह्यूमरस होता है. सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर बहुत तगड़ा होता है अटैकिंग प्लेयर्स, जनरली ऐसा पाया गया जनरली. तो इनका एक कोट है विच इज अमेजिंग, एंड जो भी आप में से टूर्नामेंट खेलते हैं नेशनल लेवल, स्टेट लेवल, आई कैन सी फ्यू प्लेयर्स हियर एक्चुअली. इनका एक कोट है, ही सेड it is very difficult to win a clearly won position. Do you agree or not, audience? I'm sure most of you will say yes. It is very difficult, he said, it is very difficult to win a clearly won position. It is a very famous quote of Marshall. Frank Marshall, yes.
Make any mistake. After you make any mistake, you might lose the entire winning position.
Yes. Very nice. Yes. So now let's not waste much time. Audience is waiting for the move here. Okay, so what do you think the move of black is? Can you please tell me? Well. And let's have a poll. So what is the move played by Marshall as black here, which is referred as move of the century? Knight e2 check, knight f3 check, queen into c5, or is it any other spectacular move? Please participate. Knight e2 check, knight f3 check, queen into c5, or is it any other spectacular move? What do you think is the move of the century? So the audience is divided, 25% for knight e2. No, now they have changed, 50% for queen c5 and 25 for any other. Okay, let's share results as well. Right. Okay. So knight e2 check, if you play, he will simply play king h1 here. And then what will you do in this position? Rook f2 is very, very bad because queen d8 check is coming. Oh my god. So what will you do in this position? Rook h2 if you play after king h2, what? Nothing else. So knight e2 check, king h1, you don't have a good follow-up move here. Maybe you can try knight g3 check and king to g1, and you can do knight e2, knight g3. Maybe you can do that. Or maybe you can capture knight f1, but then the queen will go. So not good idea actually. So what else then? The move was Dhruv is here. Dhruv is writing knight f3 check. Now knight f3 check, he can simply capture here. Pawn into knight. How to go forward then? Okay, let's see the move, my dear friends. Will you believe me? The move played was queen g3. What? What? What is this move? Are you kidding me? Queen to g3 was played here. The idea is queen h2 checkmate with the support of rook. Point number one. You can't capture pawn into rook because the queen is pinning the g2 pawn. Point number two. If you capture the queen with h2 pawn, knight e2 is a checkmate. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you, and we'll see you later. So coming back, you can't capture by h pawn. If you capture by f pawn, well, knight e2 check, king h1, and now rook into f1 is again checkmate. What a move, queen g3, move of the century. So coming back, my dear friends, what else? You can't capture hg3, you can't capture fg3, you can't capture pawn into rook. What else? Maybe you can try queen into queen. In that case, knight e2 check, king h1, knight into queen is a check, and you can't capture by h pawn, it is pin. And if you capture by f pawn, then I simply play rook f1 checkmate. So you can't take the knight, you have to play king g1. And now I can win the game most easily by knight into rook. Simple. And after this, I am a piece of simple win, no problem whatsoever in the world. Final piece of. So coming back to the original position, queen g3, what else can you do in this position? What are the other options that you have? What option do you have here? Queen h2 checkmate is the threaten. So maybe you can try here rook to b1, but then after queen h2, king f1, and this is also a checkmate because e2 square is blocked. What can you do? What is the other option? Queen g3. Queen e5. Okay, let's try queen e5 because this indirectly protects h2 by a x-ray attack. Well done, Shreya. And now knight e2 check. My God. If you capture queen in 2, then queen h2 is a mate. So after king h1, rook h2 is a checkmate. My God. What else? And that is why queen g3 is actually called as one of the best chess moves ever. Move of the century played on board. What a move it is. So I have actually told this in almost all of my chess batches under a topic called pin. It comes under pin actually. G2 pawn is pin, and we are taking advantage of the pin idea. Okay, so that is all about the move of the century by as far as the amazing move of the today. Now let's come to homework. So the last week's homework was this. It is a classic puzzle by Keem Warner, and he said that it is black to play because obviously he is under a check. But the question asked here was, what was the last move played by white? So obviously knight b4 से a2 आके check दिया. Obviously. एंड नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज कि ब्लैक ने उसके पहले एक चाल क्या चला होगा. वो नाइट तो यहाँ से आया मैंने मान ली, मगर उसके पहले व्हाट वाज द मूव प्लेड बाय ब्लैक. उसके पहले ये किंग आया कहाँ से? यहाँ से नहीं आ सकता. डबल डबल एंड सो ऑन. तो guys, I'll tell you, please participate. Although इस बार भी participation was okay. I got 6 to 7 mails, but not that what I expected. And trust me, the answer is not correct. सबका आंसर गलत है इस बार. Only one answer is correct, which is given by Shreya. And well done, Shreya. I'll give you. I have already given you the prize on GPay. And well done, very well done. Sharvi's was correct as well. Okay, Sharvi is writing mine too. Yeah. Okay, so I'll tell you the answer now. Answer to this question. Yes, Ilakshi, you are right, but you should answer in mail so that you get prize. So now this was the position which is very easy to occur on the board. It could have occurred very easily. The bishop must have moved so and so, the king must have come here, and the knight must have come later, and then the bishop was moving here and there. And finally, this position came on the board. It is black to play. He must have played bishop into bishop. And now the knight must have captured the bishop to come on a2. And this is how the position might have occurred on the board. So the last move was knight into bishop. It is not knight a2. He has not moved it. No, 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 no. He has captured a black piece here, and which is a bishop. It cannot be anything else as well. It has to be a bishop. Because if it is a knight, वो knight कहाँ से आ गया? यहाँ से आएगा नहीं, यहाँ से आएगा नहीं, यहाँ तुम्हारा knight है. तो ये knight कहाँ से आया? रजनीकांत का knight थोड़ी है जो अचानक वो बोलेगा मेरा knight यहीं रहेगा, अपन यहीं रखेगा. तो it has to be a bishop. So the homework for today, my dear friends, please participate. And this is the position. So please take a screenshot of it. This is your homework for today. Now the question is, you have to get this position in exact 4 moves. After black's 4th move, ये position आपको board पे लानी. Exact 4 चालों में, white black, white black, white black, white black. और ये पोजीशन आपको बोर्ड पे लेके आनी. दे बोथ आर प्लेइंग फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन. यू डू व्हाटएवर एग्जैक्ट 4 moves. प्लीज गेट दिस पोजीशन ऑन बोर्ड. ध्यान से देख लो. व्हाइट की क्वीन नहीं है, व्हाइट का बिशप नहीं है, पॉन d4 पर है. ब्लैक का नाइट g8 वाला गायब है और उसकी पॉन g6 और h5 पर है. दिस पोजीशन यू हैव टू गेट इन एग्जैक्ट 4 moves. तो गाइज प्लीज मेल कीजिए. I will write on the chat again. Okay, you have to mail in chess with Gaurav Bakliwal @gmail.com. Chess with Gaurav Bakliwal @gmail.com. So please mail by Wednesday night. We will have the session next Saturday. 19th of March को हम सेशन करेंगे and उसमें हम इसका आंसर डिस्कस करेंगे. I hope you like today's session. And now I would invite Aradhya to say a few words. Yes, Aradhya.
Thank you all and Gaurav sir for this wonderful opportunity to be today's volunteer. I have learned so much about chess just because of this. This also gave me a wonderful platform to learn about chess. Because of this, I have got rid of my fears of speaking in public platforms. I had a whale of time interacting with you, Gaurav sir, and the lovely audience. Thank you all for this wonderful session. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Thank you.
Very good, Aradhya. Well done, well done. And thank you so much, audience. Thank you so much. I'll see you on next Saturday. And please mail me the answers.